Time for another adventure. Alrighty, fellow travelers, welcome back to Adventures of a Traveling Don and a brand new journey. We are on a road trip from Texas to Florida, and then eventually we're flying out to Bermuda. So the next several videos are going to be this road trip and, of course, our time in Bermuda. But if you're going to start a road trip in Texas, the only place to start is at a Buc-ees. So if you've ever done a road trip through Texas, you'll know that Buc-ees is the place to go. They're kind of like both gas station and travel center. This one here, we're at Baytown. This is just east outside of Houston, and this is one of the larger ones. I think it's second only to New Braunfels in the state of Texas. I think third or fourth in the nation. They're slowly kind of like expanding outside of Texas. I think Tennessee currently has the largest one, although Texas is going to be taking that back soon. I think sometime in 2024 or 2025. However, let's go ahead and go inside and check this place out. So the Baytown Buc-ees is like 60,000 square feet inside, and it's just absolutely massive. And they have like different sections. Of course, this section I'm in is kind of more of like the store area where they have a bunch of different souvenirs, all this kind of stuff that's more Texas-centric. And then, of course, you have the Buc-ee-centric area as well. Now, let's go check out the food. So the food part of Buc-ees kind of has two different parts to it. And the first one, of course, is your traditional like snack area. However, look around. This snack area is absolutely huge. And of course, they have a mixture of the generic kind of made brands and of course all the Buc-ee brands. And particularly the big things are some of the old favorite style candies that you can no longer get. They have their own brands of that. But the big one is the jerkies. I mean, this has got about 24 different types of jerkies, just absolutely nuts. Now, of course, if you're looking for a fountain drink, they not only have kind of the generic regular main brands, but they also have all their own brands, including original pure cane soda. I stopped drinking kind of like Coca-Cola in the United States, mainly because of the high fructose corn syrup, but I will have a soda occasionally when it's the pure cane. Oh, good stuff. And of course, behind me over there, that is basically the whole barbecue section. That's where you can get these barbecue sandwiches, which I got one of the sliced brisket. You can get chicken, brisket, chopped brisket, it's so good. On the other side is, of course, their little fudgery area. So they make everything in-house. They cut everything up in-house. The fudge, and of course, we'll try these later, the pecans as well, the roasted kind of like candied pecans. They have almonds, cashews. They even have a bakery over there as well. So you want to talk about you can pig out here at Buc-ees. You can pig out here. Okay, so I went ahead and got myself a nice little meal together here from Buc-ees, starting, of course, with my favorite is the sliced brisket sandwich. A little bit of barbecue, just purely sliced brisket in between the buns. Oh, just looks absolutely fantastic. And that brisket comes apart so easy. Absolutely delicious. Now for the little sweet tooth, if you've got one like myself right now currently, of course, as you saw in there, they got that fudge going on. And oh my God, this is all homemade fudge. I went and got myself the chocolate M&M fudge. And man alive, just look at that, pulls apart so nice. Oh, it's rich, slightly gummy, but very soft. Not overly chewy. That's some good fudge. And then, of course, for the one thing that I will always go to Buc-ees for more than anything else are their candied nuts. Specifically, the candied pecans. I mean, when you get them, when they first kind of like roast them up and they put them in the bag and they're still slightly warm and fresh, they're just so good. And it's just, pop them in, light crunch, a little bit of the sugar, candy coat on top. This to me, this is like my crack. Like, this is I don't ever recommend doing crack, but these I recommend doing because these are just delicious. I can just all day with the nuts. All right, guys, so while I came back and I was eating and filming all of that stuff, Mom decided to surprise me with something I haven't had yet, as an actual Buc-ees shirt. I got a Buc-ees Texas shirt. Let me take that off. We're gonna put this on real quick. The new and improved me. Buc-ees, man. Buc-ees Texas, specifically, even has, what was it, 1982. That's when the company first started as just like a small convenience store. I think the big ones, they started the big ones around 2003 is their history. But yeah, finally got my Buc-ees t-shirt. Now ready to continue this 3-day journey to Orlando. When road tripping across the US, road work is inevitable, as is the traffic. We've done 5 miles in half an hour. Yay! Okay, so checked in for the first night hotel, and that is, of course, the Fairfield Marriott here in Lafayette, Louisiana. That's right, we're here in the home of the mud bugs. But anyway, just a quick look around for you guys. Of course, relatively nice size TV, everything you need here, nice little desk, a couple different beds, and then, of course, the sink and bathroom. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? We got a tub. Oh yeah. So, traditional kind of Fairfield Inn, and now we're out to go get dinner. All right, so another tip when you're traveling on the road, always be prepared to not get what you want and just go with the flow, because we got to Lafayette. Apparently, most of the local restaurants are closed on Wednesdays, which is when I'm filming. For some reason, they're all closed. And right now, of course, this is still a little early for crawfish season, but I was hoping that some of the places would be open, which is a bit of a bummer. So, tried and true in the South, particularly the deep South, when everything else is closed, Waffle House will always be there for you. So 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365. Got myself a nice little just egg and cheese, bacon, toasty sandwich. Classic Waffle House. It does the job. All right, guys, I'll see you in the morning for day 2 of our journey here from Texas to Florida. Good morning and welcome to day 2 of the road trip to Orlando. So first stop of day 2, before I leave Louisiana, I gotta get me some beignets. And of course, I'm not going all the way down in New Orleans. Getting in and out of New Orleans is a goddamn nightmare. And of course, we're not gonna go to Café du Monde. However, in Baton Rouge, there's this place behind me, right in the middle of kind of like a outlet shopping mall here called Coffee Call. Oh man, I am so happy that we came here because this is awesome. Look at these beignets. First and foremost, they're relatively big. They're, I think, bigger than some of the Café du Monde ones. So much powdered sugar on them. You get 3 in an order. It's like $4.50 for an order of 3, and they're just, oh, just look at that. Get the powdered sugar mustache. Powdered sugar. Oh, those are so good. Nice and fluffy inside. Here in Louisiana, you gotta get beignets. And if you don't want to go all the way down to New Orleans, here in Baton Rouge, Coffee Call, right in this little corner of a shopping center, fantastic. All right, guys, so we've officially made it to the Gulf of Mexico. This is, of course, the city of Biloxi, just off the Gulf of Mexico here in southern Mississippi. It's a kind of like more of a casino resort city nowadays, but it has grown up quite a lot. I mean, I haven't been here since I was like 9 or 10 years old, I think was when I was last here. So it's been a long time for me, but the sand still looks just as inviting. Still got that fantastic lighthouse from 1848, and it just looks absolutely amazing. However, I'm very hungry, so the reason why we're stopping here is to get some food, and of course, we're in the South. We gotta get ourselves some Cajun food. All right, so I know I said Cajun. Technically, it's more appropriate to call this place that we're at Caribbean. So this is a Caribbean American style restaurant. It was opened by a woman that's originally from Jamaica. So, and of course Cajun food has its roots in Caribbean food. So we're gonna go ahead and try this. First and foremost, you get this box here, and it's kind of almost like it's not a buffet style, but you go up and they have a bunch of different just sort of like containers where you can order the different types of rice, mac and cheese, the different types of meat. Today was all different types of chicken. Of course, I got myself jerk chicken, got cornbread, homemade mac and cheese, the rice and peas. They even threw a couple plantains on there for me as well. So we're gonna try all of this because it looks so dang good. And this is probably my one major meal of the day. I won't really need dinner after this because it's like currently almost like 3:30 p.m. Eat all this, I'll be good for the day. But let's go ahead and try some of all this. We got the rice and peas for you there. Oh, so good. And then you got the mac and cheese, which is just absolutely gooey. Oh, that's fire. That is fire. And then, of course, get some of that jerk chicken on there for you. I love jerk chicken. I've worked with so many Jamaicans over the years in Maine. They come up during the summertime, and when they cook for you, it's something. Oh, that is fantastic. That is absolutely amazing. And of course, we gotta cap it off. We gotta try that cornbread. Just slightly sweet, not too sweet. Just sort of melted in the mouth. This is fantastic. And the name of this place is called Sweet Peppers. It's literally right outside of Keesler Air Force Base here in Biloxi, Mississippi. So, guys, y'all that are coming out here to be stationed at Keesler at any point in time, you're doing any training, right outside the gate is probably one of the best meals you'll have in Biloxi. This is phenomenal. Sweet Peppers Caribbean American restaurant. Oh my God, and it's brand new. Opened up in December 2023. So good. Now, of course, when you're on the road trip, always look out for a Buc-ees in the South, because it's not just Texas anymore. This one is about 30 miles east of Mobile. It's a little bit smaller than the one we started off the video with, but even still, you can get exactly what you need, including, as you guys have already known, I'm gonna get some more candy pecans. Like I said earlier, nuts on crack. Are so good. They're so damn good. All right, so we have arrived at our stay here for the second night on this video, and we're here in near Eglin Air Force Base, and we have officially made it to Florida. That's right, we are now in Florida. So let me give you guys a quick room tour, and then we will sign off for tonight, and I'll see you guys in the morning. But first off, room tour time. So this one's a Hampton, and this is actually a nicer bathroom setup than the last place we were at. And then, of course, goes into the room. Relatively nice, spacious, about the same square footage as the last one. I think just the bathroom for this Hampton Inn is a little better than the Hilton that we were at yesterday. So, but anyway, I'll see you guys in the morning for our journey into Orlando. And good morning and welcome to day 3 of our road trip to Orlando. Let's continue the journey. Okay, so before we head inland towards Orlando, I wanted to come down to the Dustin Beach area, which is not too far from Niceville. First off, this beautiful white sand is just so soft. It's amazing. And just look at the water. Look at the color on that. That's fantastic. And there's not many people. I mean, I'm filming this in, you know, February, so it's not, of course, summertime, but it's still nice out. It's like 72 degrees, it's sunny, the water is fantastic, and there's nobody here except for locals. This is just absolutely fantastic. So yeah, if you're ever in the northern part of the panhandle of Florida, come down to Dustin Beach, because this is absolutely gorgeous. So while it ain't Buc-ees, if you're looking for another kind of like good sort of like rest travel stop, a TA is probably one of the better ones. They usually, of course, have everything you need in a generic form. And then, of course, they always usually have a restaurant. This one's got like a Popeyes connected to it. And then, of course, particularly for truckers, they have showers, the laundry rooms, things like that. Buc-ees actually doesn't have a whole lot of stuff for truckers. So if you're actually doing a large either RV or truck kind of cross-country trip, then generally places like the Pilots or the TAs are where you really want to go. For the final food part of this journey, because we're almost to Orlando, we're stopping here in Live Oak, Florida, and this is just off of the 10 before we're heading down the 75. And we're at a place called Big Wood Barbecue and Grill. So I wanted to have a little bit of barbecue before we kind of left for Bermuda, because I won't be having it until we get back. So I got myself a combo platter here. It looks good. First and foremost, this restaurant is fantastic. It's got a lot of like taxidermy stuff all around it. Really kind of cool. And then, of course, you got the spare pork ribs and the smoked chicken. Looks great. Let's kind of dig right into it. First, the chicken. Great flavor to that. They also have a bunch of their own barbecue sauces. So you got like 4 different types: hot, sweet, mild, cold. Put a little hot on top of that real quick. Look at that real there. It's like sweet and spicy. That's actually really nice. Really good. And then we'll, of course, dig into the spare rib as well. Oh, see, now that's actually really tender. That came off really well. Yeah, I'd say both of them good flavor. I would say, just based on the tenderness, the spare rib is a lot better. Oh yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I would say it's not necessarily Texas barbecue in some places, but for being in Florida, this place is fantastic. Like I said, right off the 10, really good, and good prices too. Like, I think this whole meal was like 14 bucks. All right, guys, so the sun will be going down before we hit Orlando, so I'll just see you in Orlando for the end of the video. All right, and we have officially made it to Orlando. It was a long 3 days of road trip to get from Texas to here, but we got to see some friends and family off camera along the way, so it was just kind of like a really, really nice take your time drive. You know, you could technically get from Austin to Orlando in probably about a full day, day and a half if you really pushed it. But 3 days is nice because you get to stop and see certain things and certain people you've never seen or you haven't seen in quite a while. So, but anyway, I'm gonna save the room tour for this place in the next video. That'll be kind of like a full tour of not just the room, but the resort, because we're staying at the Hilton Grand Vacation SeaWorld. This place looks awesome from just first impressions. But anyway, we'll save that for the next video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of road trip, the beginning of this new series of going here to Florida and then, of course, eventually heading to Bermuda. So stay tuned. There's a lot of videos to come from this point on forward for the rest of this trip. But if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'll get to those as soon as I can. And, of course, if you like the video, give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting for? And until we meet again, guys, peace out. Have a great night. Their Rainforest Cafe here actually has a volcano. Holy crap.